LootBet, online esports betting. Dota, CSGO, Overwatch, Hearthstone, and many more. Bet on tournament matches or in-game events while viewing them live. Deposit using money, bitcoins, or even skins. Join LootBet now. Use the code you see here when you deposit and grab your bonus.
Don't know how to build a team from scratch or find good teammates? DreamTeam.gg, the ultimate team building platform. Find and connect with new players, coaches and teams. Manage and monetize your team. Get on fast track to advance from novice to amateur and, if desired, to professional gamer. Join DreamTeam.gg today.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to StarSeries I-League Season 4. We're going to be going into what will be another elimination match. Renegades coming up against TyLoo. And, you know, I'm looking forward to this match. I think that the draw has been fairly kind, at least, to TyLoo from sort of the beginning. I think they've got fairly lucky, but at the same time, they've only managed to win one game. That was against Fnatic. Renegades have only managed to win one game. That was against Fnatic, and they've had a pretty brutal draw along the way. I think obviously going up against Liquid, very tough match. It did actually manage to steal a map away and then getting absolutely bodied by G2, but G2 have looked pretty damn good throughout this.
Yeah, was the pun intentional? Getting bodied by?
No, but let's just say yes.
Yeah, that would have been good, Tom. Your pun game's on point. That's what
it's
I like
so
to
good.
see.
Even I don't know it's coming.
Yeah, no, that's how you know that you've reached like, the next level. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm interested with this matchup, Tom. I'm not gonna lie. You know, these are two teams that I've really liked watching at this event. Me and you, luckily, have kind of got to see all of their game. Well, we've seen all of Renegades and all but one of TyLoo's. Luckily enough, it was TyLoo getting stopped. I think it was FaZe that we missed
at the beginning. So that was the one where you sort of go, okay, maybe they weren't so lucky with their draw. But other than that, like they got to play up against Heroic yesterday.
Yeah,
and I think that was sort of. That was one of the, I don't want to say easier draws because there aren't really easy draws, but it wasn't one of the top, 8 teams in the world. So
yeah, no, it was one of these draws.
It was easier than what they could have got. But also, they come up against them on Train. I don't think the veto went that well for them. Then again, though, it was either Train or Nuke that was going to come up, and I think they were screwed either way. And then they actually sort of choked a little bit over on Inferno. They were very far up and ended up throwing it away and allowing Heroic a way back into the game. So, yeah, either way. We've heard a little bit from us, but now we're going to hand it over, of course, to Parla, and he's got an interview with Azza.
What is going on, everybody? I'm here with Aaron Azza Ward from Renegades, also known as the Unit, or at least that's what I like to call him. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. And so let's talk about your tournament so far. You've had 3 matches and you're 1-2.
Yeah, so we lost to Liquid, we've lost to G2. Yesterday we versed Fnatic. We won 2-0, feeling confident and ready to go in today's game, feeling good.
And today's game is against TyLoo. You've played them numerous times before. You've got that experience. Will that factor in? And are there any other details you'd like to share?
I mean, we played them a lot of times, so we're feeling pretty good, feeling confident, but you never know with the Asian teams. They always bring in a random aggressive factor, but yeah, today should be good. We're feeling confident.
I'm looking forward to it. Aaron, best of luck.
Yeah, no, I somewhat agree with what Azza said there, that the Asian teams really do bring in a random element. I will say, though, that out of all the teams that are sort of left in the tournament, because this team obviously plays against them in the Asian minor, it does make things a little bit more, like, we know a little bit more about sort of these two teams facing off, and in matchups in the past, Renegades have pretty much dominated them. It was sort of like the last 2 times they played at the Asian Minor. We've seen multiple different maps. Every single time Renegades have taken it, we saw Cobblestone, Mirage, Cash, Train. Every single time. It's been a good performance. I will say the most recent one was actually where TyLoo came the closest to 16-14 to 16-12. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually saw Cash come up again in this series. I think that's one that both teams are very, very happy to play. And obviously, since then, we do actually have a new member in the TyLoo camp, which is going to be something that, to be honest, I don't know how much Renegades would have practiced for this game, or like specifically like practice for this opponent. I think most teams, when they come into this, they go, yeah, we didn't really like anti-strat TyLoo, but it's because it's kind of difficult to do. Yeah. And most teams go into these matches going, we're the favorite. Let's just go in and play. I also think that how late the draw is on some of these games as well. You don't have that much time, especially if you're the morning game. You basically find out who you're playing and then you go to bed. That seems to be the case with most of these teams. Maybe the coach will have stayed up a little bit and looked over a few things, and they probably watch the game during the day. Like, I think a lot of the players just hang around, like sort of in the Twitch lounge, chilling, and then just have the games on in the background. So there'll be some stuff that they do know. But I don't think Renegades are going to have gone into this and gone, yep, we're straight up anti-stratting or anything like that. Yeah. Everybody uses the phrase, we're playing our own game, which just basically means we're coming in as the favorite. We think we're going to win.
Yeah, and I do think TyLoo have a bit of an advantage in that regard versus a lot of the teams here. It's very hard to anti-strat them just because.
I'm liking this. Look how happy Jacob
is. Yeah, they all are. They're all smiling. Like, I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I mean, I think when you come into it, right, if you watch any of the games that they play, back in Asia, it's like, oh, they're just stomping on teams that you don't even know, and then you kind of look at how much they've changed in between each like LAN event here in Europe or in America, and it's like, the difference every LAN seems to be like monumental. They just chuck in like something completely new, and then it changes so much. So very, very hard to anti-strat these guys. But the only problem I'm seeing right now is over the last like year or so, every time they've played, Renegades have won in a best of 3. But of course, that was they have had Naf. He's recently departed. Now we have Jacob coming in. I think it was Nifty recently did like an interview explaining how he's had some personal issues right now. So yeah, I'm curious to see if they can keep the standards high and continue that streak of best of 3 wins versus TyLoo.
Either way, speaking of TyLoo, we're going to hear from them now.
All right, guys, I'm here with Bentet. You're about to play Renegades. You're 1-2. Your life is on the line. But firstly, recap everybody on your tournament so far.
Yeah, we win Fnatic, lose to FaZe, and lose to Heroic 16-14 at Inferno. We have silly mistake and lost many retakes. We had to win that Inferno map if we don't have any kind of that mistake, but we just going on and keep trusting each other, and we're gonna play Renegades.
Are you happy to be playing Renegades? You've had a chance to play against them before. Just give me your opinions on how you think this matchup might play out.
Yeah, we and Renegades always meet at Asia Minor. We know each other. We know what we're gonna play tomorrow, like the map we already know, I think, and I think we got a chance.
All right, well, we'll have to see if you can make it happen. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, they seem to already know what's going on. They know what they're going to be playing. I wouldn't be overly surprised if we just see like a sort of Cash Inferno Mirage sort of setting. It would only be...
that's what I was going to say. Sorry, Tom, but just to cut in there.
Cool.
It's just every time these guys have played in the past, I mean, literally as you just said, and even if we look historically between these matchups, it's always been Mirage Cash Cobble or Mirage Cash Inferno. So, or some iteration of that. I don't know why I said the same maps like twice, but you get what I mean. There's 4 maps it could be, Tom, and it's going to land on one of the 4, 3 of the 4 rather. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see where it goes. Everyone, as TyLoo just said, they kind of know where it's going. They've played Renegades a lot. They can already suspect. It would be interesting now that we know this, and obviously, TyLoo have even kind of said it, so we know they're not going to be throwing in any curveballs. It'll be interesting to see if Renegades just go for some like. I mean, I don't think they will. I think if anyone's going to, it will be TyLoo who throw the curveball, because I don't think Renegades really need to.
I don't think they need to, but at the same time, after watching them play Train yesterday, I wouldn't even mind. Like, it's not a map that Renegades play an awful lot, but it's a map that they can play. I think that it'll be a map that works quite well for players like Nifty on that AWP. I think he's had a sort of a resurgence against Fnatic. Was a pretty poor start to the tournament, but yeah, I think that is a map that actually could work and just individually for them. And it's a map that, at least from what we saw from yesterday from TyLoo, they looked really bad on. It was not a map that I was impressed at all. Like Inferno, I think they've been excellent on, even though they lost that matchup yesterday. I think it was actually a very strong performance, and it was only just towards the end that things seemed to trickle away. And I think if you actually watched the match, they definitely should have won. Then, Train, yeah, that one, I just don't even think that they want to really be banning it, but I don't think they realistically can. Although, at the same time, neither team plays Nuke. So, I think, if I'm TyLoo in this situation, I ban Train.
Oh, well, Tom, look, we don't.
Yeah, there you go. And then nobody wants to play Nuke. Yeah, so it ends up out there anyway. So, pretty quick map pool. We don't actually see Inferno. It's banned by Renegades, so they clearly don't want to play it versus TyLoo, which I think is fair enough.
Yeah, I think that this makes a lot of sense from them, right? I mean, TyLoo have shown that they can take down, some of the biggest teams here on Inferno. So Renegades quick to get that one out of the pool. I think this setup is going to benefit Renegades, if I'm honest with you. I think we've seen them look good across all of these maps.
Wow. Mirage, I'm going to put a question mark next to just because of how they actually started on it yesterday. Their T side was not good. It's just that their CT side was excellent and Fnatic's T side wasn't good either.
That is very true.
So I think Mirage is definitely I think it's a good chance. Especially, I think TyLoo are a team that do enjoy playing Mirage. I think with Excurate in the team as well, alongside Captain Mo, both very sort of aggressive, sporadic AWPers. I think if both of them go off, we actually saw it yesterday where Captain Mo just went absolutely ham on Train. And this is another map where in the past, well, there are a few players I love watching from the Asian scene. One of them is Captain Mo on Mirage. The other one is Savage, who obviously not at the tournament. But those two players I think are very, very good at this map. And Bentet is another who, when he just goes off, this is one of the maps where he's very, very good indeed. So I think that the map pool really isn't bad for them at all.
Well, you just brought up how you like watching
yeah,
Savage. Let me tell you about another
really
Savage who turned up yesterday. JKS, of course. He was looking very good in yesterday's games. I think we saw a decent performance from a lot of the guys across the board. Nifty, I still kind of waiting for him to have that big performance.
He did have he had a lot of impact frags though on Cobblestone, like winning them the game in the end. So.
No, that is very true. But I'm excited to see how this one goes. Tom, I think people watching should have realised there's a bit of a difference in opinion between... Oh, bit of a team knife coming in. Nifty already tagged, but we'll ignore that. I think people have already realised that there's a difference in opinion here between you and I. Where do you see this one falling, Tom?
Well, I already know that you're going with the boys just after you threw them under the bus yesterday on the beginning of Mirage.
I've never abandoned the boys.
If somebody wants to go back through that Mirage VOD, we can see that is the case. But yeah, I'm gonna. I sort of doubted TyLoo quite a bit yesterday. I was correct. I want to put that out there. I did say Heroic would win 2-0.
Yeah,
and they did
we
win
get it,
2-0.
Tom. You're a genius, but I'm
Yeah.
asking for the prediction here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with TyLoo. I think that if they step up, they can take this. I think Jacob had to have a really big performance yesterday for them to be able to win Cobblestone, and I wonder if he can do something like that again. I think that was the first big LAN performance we've seen from him in over a year, so it's asking a lot. Then again, like I do feel like he's probably the best player in the server, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna go with TyLoo. I think there'll probably be 2-1, and actually no, I'm gonna go 2-0. You know what? Because why not? Why not? I'm going with. I've been persuaded.
Okay. Yeah, this was a tricky one for me. I've been a big fan of TyLoo at this event. I think they've looked really good. I think the changes bringing executing.
You just don't want to upset anyone, do you?
No. Oh, Tom, I don't mind about upsetting people. But no,
That sounded really sinister. I enjoy upsetting people.
Tears bring me joy. But no, I mean, so, you know, I think the changes they made have looked really good. I think bringing Execute was definitely the right call, and I've loved watching them. I mean, I even picked them to win yesterday. Of course, you know, I came to regret that, but, you know, I mean, even they know that they should have been able to take Inferno the other day. But in this one, Tom, plain and simple, there's no other way to go, no doubt about it. I can't back anyone else apart from the boys. Let's see, as we get into this one, Tom, will it be Renegades or will it be TyLoo? Map 1 going to be Mirage. This is, of course, the map pick of TyLoo. And they're going to be over on that CT side to begin with. For Renegades, a little bit utility brought up on Nifty. He's the man to take the hit, and they're going to be making their way over towards B very, very quickly, not waiting around. Looking like it's going to be the matchmaking favourite. Contact B, and yeah. There we go.
It's the same
it's just the same guy.
Everyone.
I just figured, like, there we go, ladies and gents. Everyone's favourite Azza, here he is, in the flesh.
Oh, yeah. Either way.
Really getting some screen time.
Yeah,
It's good.
Congratulations, Didi.
Get us used to the TyLoo players, one by one. Renegades, they're going to win out the pistol round, Tom. Fantastic
There we
stuff
go.
from them. That's what you want to see.
Well, that made me laugh at least. 1-0, yeah, of course, to the Renegades. It is going to be the force buy in from TyLoo. They've been very good with these pistols. The force buy rounds, the second buy rounds, I would say have been better than the majority of their pistols. Interesting that somebody... Okay, there we go. I was about to say, him not buying a CZ would have absolutely blown my mind. What's happened to Nifty now? Is he like... His camera's just really blurred. I think someone's like steamed it up. Maybe he's gone like... He doesn't want to be seen today. Either way, there we go. Didi starting things off. The CZ will net the first kill. Another man pushing in, and, well, that reload's not that quick. Lots of damage being done, however. And Captain Mo is quickly found too, turning it into a 3v2 situation. Bomb yet to actually cross over to the site, and now those smokes beginning to fade, unlike Nifty's cam. Either way, Jacob will be able to pick up one more. Captain Mo getting tagged. Buntet pushes in, and it's left all onto Jacob to try and clutch this out. He gets Captain Mo, but Buntet will be there to trade. And it's those pistols once again for TyLoo. Their force buy rounds have been phenomenal throughout this tournament.
Oh, I still can't get over Nifty's camera. He looks like he's like on those shows where like they have to blur the man out, right? Like when they give it, like their voice gets altered just to protect their identity. Nifty's like, yeah, you know, just these 5 Asian guys just wrecked me and my friends, and that's what he says in the interview, Tom. I don't know where I'm going with this joke.
Neither do I.
But yeah, you love to see it. Execute over in mid. Yeah, as that has the scout in hand. Captain Mo does manage to spot the blurry man. Here he is, Nifty.
I wonder what he's doing that's so not safe for work they're not allowed to show it. He's breaking Twitch guidelines, that's what it is.
Yeah, there's been a whole bunch of them added. Nifty with the nips out over in top mid. It just makes his forehead look freakishly large. It's
Wow,
blurred out.
now you're just insulting him.
No, because he doesn't have a large forehead, but it's weird. Like, look, the blur. It brings it out for some reason. And here he is. The blurry boy down in mid. In comes the peek from Captain Mo. Azza's going to get rid of him. They have been able to keep it a 4-on-4. DD's able to get one, but then he goes down. Now they're going to boost up Jacob. Might get the timing here to catch Buntet off guard, and he will. Tries to get across, and somebody is going to find some shots. Peeks on in. Jacob's in with a second, and now it all falls to Excurate down in CT with the scout. Going to be holding the angle. There is a man close. He's just going to go walking on out. Jacob gets shot in the back. Azza's going to fall in the smoke. Now it's Nifty. And Nifty's going to get it done as Excurate runs out of ammo. He's devastated.
That was so ridiculously close. I think it ended with 3 HP for Nifty. But it does mean that the break back comes in for Renegades. This backwards and forwards scenario has not ended just yet, though, as DD will buy up with the UMP. Oh, someone just got given a cold 0 sticker. I wouldn't mind one of those. Excurate's going to save some cash just to make sure he can get the AWP when they do eventually get themselves a 4-buy. It's still not going to be easy. Captain Mo back on that Deagle. Again, someone who's been playing very well with this pistol. In fact, some of the time, I wonder if he should just use the pistol, because it has been so incredible. And then, again, somebody on that CZ. Normally good for one. We'll see if the T's can now break back. They've got 4 rifles. This is a much safer buy than what we saw going into round number 2. Only use StarSeries on a UMP. And they have a decent amount of utility as well. A couple of smokes to work with. And you can see the patience this time. Not just going to go running into those pistols. Not just going to try and execute onto the site. But already it doesn't seem to matter, as Captain Mo has found that initial shot with a Deagle. Does get tagged down to just 16 HP. So it's going to be low. There is a rifle to be found for Ustillo, however. Minute left on the clock as the push will now start to come in towards ramp. Excurate is still around that area, and Captain Mo pushing back into CT. Now, Excurate doesn't have any armor, so even a bullet or two will send his gun flying to the sky. All remaining players on this T side have got themselves rifles, but they've got to clear this angle.
Excurate, he's just going to wait. Jacob's in with the first and a second. He's looking on point. He does check it. Buntet's going to emerge. He's able to go ahead and get himself one. It all falls to somebody. Look at this flank from DD. If somebody buys a little bit of time, we could see damage done. DD sneaking on in. No one in a position to watch this. He's going to go creeping out, but Jacob, there isn't any stopping him right now. He's going to be in with a 4th. He looks on form, and that's scary for TyLoo.
Yeah, there was the one person I mentioned at the beginning, like, definitely, well, probably the most talented player in the server, and he really has shown it so far in these first few rounds. 10-2. He's got all those 3 golden stars, the MVPs of each round that they've won. And now there can't really be a force backing. Captain Mo's going to invest into another Deagle. DD will actually buy up another CZ. They will have 2 rounds of loss bonus for the next build, leave him with only 3,900. Or will be coming in for Excurate in the next round, which could be the difference maker. But this is just a chance for this T side to make themselves a little bit of money, pad the stats. You got Azza on the Mac 10, $600 per kill. If Ustillo lets him get one, because he's already picked up a couple, make it a 3rd. He's definitely brewing with confidence today. Azza, 1 HP, but he lives and does make that $600 bonus. And now leaves somebody as the only man left alive. Has a chance to get a kill. Ustillo, a shot to the head would remove him, and, well, the shot to anywhere on Azza will do enough damage to take him out of the round. Although, by the looks of things, he's just going to hide in the corner, and now the bomb goes down. Not really expecting anything here. Somebody, oh, you can tell there's a temptation from him to go for a knife. Why not? Why not?
No, Jacob's not the man I'd want to face off against right now. Does manage to find him. Renegade's going to be in with the 4th round. Now that buy comes in for TyLoo. Going to be up for Excurate. Going to have everyone else with a little bit of utility behind them. Jacob currently top of the board, 11-2. And if he can keep this up, Tom, well, that would be a fantastic performance from him, exactly when Renegades need it. Of course, the loser of this best of 3 is gone. And the winner gets another chance tomorrow to secure their spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, and then there could be some interesting matches down in the sort of player position, because we know that obviously Heroic are playing up against Astralis. I think that'll be a very good game, but at the same time, if the favorite wins, that'll put Heroic back down. And Renegades, if they continue to sort of grow into the tournament, and if they pull Heroic, I could actually see them getting through to the playoffs. I think the same for TyLoo, looking to get revenge, maybe switch the map pool up a little bit, or just try and win Inferno, and then just have trainers that write-off map again. Either way, we are into the buy, and this is a very aggressive push from somebody, but he's left completely blind initially, and now Captain Mo is hung out to dry. He will fall as well. Bentet trades one back, almost gets the second, but it's Jacob once again to save his teammate. Again, another 2 kills in this round. He really is flying at the moment. Excurate and DD, they have a chance as a low player, but they've got next to no utility, and they need somebody to go absolutely big in this scenario.
We have DD, the cam thief here. They're going to start to fall away from a minute and 5 seconds left. They definitely have time to do so. That one smoke they have is going to fall up in apartments. TyLoo now rotating Excurate away. He's going to be over here on A, and it will be a push into B. It looks like JKS still over here at ramp, still keeping their attention fixated on A. Jacob now going to start to creep up through connector. Excurate's able to drop Azza. Now things get a bit problematic. Excurate knows he's here alone with the bomb. Nifty's going to start to try and wrap around towards short. Excurate spotted him. Nifty in with the quick hops. He gets away. He's quick.
That was a really important kill. That was the difference. That's probably the round in itself. Excurate still has a chance, but he doesn't have a kit, doesn't have any utility, needs to quick kill, and he does take down Jacob. He's given a chance, and Nifty will be waiting in the open. Now he dances past the bullets. And what was that? That was fast. I barely even saw anything. Excurate, where did that come from? He misses the first 2 in that engagement. I was like, okay, maybe he's not feeling it today. That was filth.
That was fantastic. He really made up for the one missed shot over on short. Nifty using bullet time, but I mean, Excurate ain't gonna miss twice. That's what we just learned.
Well, he did miss twice.
Well, you know what, Tom, you know what I'm saying. I say it for the effect.
He's not gonna miss 3 times.
Yeah.
There you go. It's not quite as impressive, is it?
I mean, hey, it gets the job done, Tom.
3rd time's the charm. That's what they say.
TyLoo, they're with the second, an impressive round at that. The buy's able to come back in for Renegades. Look at this. Excurate, he's all the way up on short. There is a gap in that smoke. You still are going to make it across.
Okay, he'll hit the next shot. He just missed 2.
Jacob and Nifty working hard to secure control of mid. Captain Mo going to reside in connector, though. He's the man to try and put a stop to this. And Excurate just watching the aggression down short from window. So bound to take this fight with Captain Mo. He did spot him. Gonna flash his teammates in. Oh, this peek, the flash doesn't land. Captain Mo does get one. Jacob's there to trade. They've taken control of mid, but look at that from somebody. He's all the way up in apartments. He's getting so much information from this, and if the bomb goes back towards Apps, could risk going down. Nifty has no idea. Just gonna be walking away. Doesn't suspect this level of aggression. It's allowed all 3 players for TyLoo to rotate over toward this A bomb site. So it is going to be the more stacked of the 2. The flank comes in from somebody as well in mid. 35 seconds left. Somebody spots Azza. Going to miss the initial spray, but he does manage to get rid of him. And now the cogs start turning for Renegades. They know they have to go for this push. DD's still alive. DD's gone ahead and found JKS. Now it's just Jacob and Nifty left. 2 on 4. Excurate's quick. He's gone ahead and dropped 1 and a second. He looks fantastic right now, Tom.
I told you, he missed 2. Then he gets 2. That's what it is. It's a trade-off. He has to shoot those. The initial 2 bullets in that AWP are actually just blanks. He just do it, and then the other ones are like homing. Actually, I feel like that might be cheating. Either way, double AWP setup will be picked up. This time it's actually going to be somebody. I'm a little bit disappointed, I'll be honest. I wanted to see Captain Mo on the AWP again because he was so good yesterday. But they do have multiple players who can AWP in this team. It's going to be a half buy coming in from Renegades. Not putting all of their eggs into one basket. They'll be able to buy into the next round. 2,400 loss bonus. Nifty even has some extra cash to buy up the AWP. So this is all going to be about maybe getting a bomb plant, doing some damage. That's the aim in this round. If they win it, brilliant, but the goal isn't necessarily that quick push out on towards the site. DD only manages to get one, and actually Excura's been tagged as well. They line up for Captain Mo, who manages to take down 2, but it's a quick trade back. Excura in the back lines has to do something here. Molotov will be looking to force him out. He has support from Buntet, but he will fall as well. And now it's Jacob, the man of the moment. 17 and 4 in the server. Can he take this? He finds another kill, leaves it onto the 1 versus 1 with Buntet, and actually has the chance to fade back towards the B site. Can he do it again for Renegades? He is far and above the best player in this server at the moment. But the man on the other side, not so much at this tournament, but normally, is that hard carry for TyLoo. He's going to throw the flash out towards short, try and bait his opponent into peeking in the other direction. Jacob just holding over towards the truck. Now there is a kit on Buntet. He has the time. He also has an incendiary. Thrown into that corner could end the round just on that alone, but he has absolutely no idea, and thus far has barely used any of his utility, trying to just smoke off, and now going to go for the defuse, but Jacob, another massive round. He's already hit 19 kills, averaging 2 a round.
This is insane, Tom. This is not what you want to see if you're TyLoo. Like, Jacob... People say, can he replace Naf? Right now, it looks like he could replace Nico. He's looked unreal.
Yeah, and he is the difference in the server at the moment. Everybody else is around 7 kills, and then there's just Jacob with 19. He's going for that flamey record of the half. Absolutely ridiculous. Now the CT side are put onto pistols once again. Azza will be able to pick up the first. Excurate goes down. Not a whole lot invested in this round for TyLoo, but even with the 1900, the buy in the next round is going to be a little bit sketchy, especially on players like Captain Mo, only going to be around that 3,400 marker. Somebody slightly less, so it's going to be interesting to see if they even buy in the next round. This is something TyLoo do quite often, just a couple of half buy rounds. Captain Mo waiting with the dig. He's been great with it so far, almost takes a kill. Actually, DD will be there to trade, but should be fairly easy from here on out. Only Buntet left, but he picks up 2 as well. Looking to try and recreate the heroics of his opponent, Jacob, in the previous round, who is now down. He can't be saving them here. Buntet takes another one, leaving JKS alone. We'll be pushing in through middle into this 1 versus 1. Buntet has control of the bomb. There's 40 seconds left on the clock. JKS is going to be playing this nice and patient, and in fact, Buntet is going to reposition, take another fight, look towards that window spot. Now, bear in mind, he doesn't know where JKS is. He can guess, he can have an idea where he thinks his opponent might be, and by the looks of it, he's read it absolutely perfect, but misses the initial shot, takes it anyway. Buntet now with a 4K, stepping up after unable to clutch in the previous round. And what is going on in this game? That was a 1v4. He had a CZ and armor.
I don't know, Tom. I don't know what's going on. We've already seen some insane plays. Already 10 rounds in to the first map. The buy's going to be coming in, back in for Renegades, but to say they feel disheartened is an understatement. Orp going to be out for Nifty. Jacob has a rifle. Everyone else on CZs. They've forced Sport down into this round. And Nifty's going to catch Captain Mo on the cross. That's a good start for Renegades, as they look to try and recover from the heartbreak of the previous round. Going to be stacking up out here outside of B. All 5 players, they're going to start to make their way in. Somebody and Buntet both here. Somebody first man to fall, and Buntet, he stepped up massively in the previous round. Now he's going to do it once again. He denies the bomb plant, but that's it. Ustilo's able to trade. Excurate's here, and he has found some form today. He's going to get shut down as the smoke's raining in. He loses his teammate. Still not going to keep hunting despite being on 1 HP. And Excurate will be forced into a save. It's going to be Renegades answering straight back. A 6th round for them. Tom, with TyLoo saving the AWP, can they field a buy here?
Not really. You got Buntet with a little bit of extra money, of course, saving that AK from the previous round, but They may force. I actually think they may force around this. You'll get a rifle on, well, at least one player. That'll be Bentet. You've got the AWP onto Xcurate. They've been pretty good with the pistols so far, as we've seen. And even if they wait around, like, what it would only be down to if they can then save that AWP again that it would be worth it. And that is such a risk. I don't know if there's any real point going for it. So if it was me in this situation, I'd probably go for the force buy and try and reset them once again, try and bounce back. By the looks of it, they might just go for a little bit of investment, but I feel like, especially with some of the players like DD, he's currently saving 900 into the next round. I don't really see the point.
Push going to be coming in over here towards 8. Captain Mo, he's able to open up. JKS will be there to return. Jacob in with one more. Buntet still resides inside the site. He's going to get dealt with. Somebody's fallen. It is all on Xcurate with that saved AWP. Missed shot on a JKS. That would have been an opportunity to perhaps go for something. And now you've still rapid round. Xcurate's not ready for it. He will fall. And Renegades, they're on it to a 7th round.
Yeah, now we are just sort of in another position where I feel like they can't really buy. So I wonder why they didn't invest a little bit more into the last round. Again, it's just going to be another one of those sort of pistol rounds. Captain Mo will pick up a scout and try and do some damage that way. Xcurate can't really afford to buy anything other than a P250 because otherwise he won't be able to afford his AWP. And somebody's just bought a FAMAS with no armor. You what? Oh no, now he's bought armor. So somebody's full bought and everybody else is not. This is peculiar. I don't really have an explanation for that, I'll be honest.
Well, Tom, maybe they've got their reasons. We'll wait and see in the next round.
He's tilted and he's 1 in 10.
That could be true. Can neither confirm nor deny.
Can neither firm or denizzle.
That is how I talk, Tom, as we all know. We've come to know and love it. Here we go. Renegades are over in mid. They have Ustilo and Nifty here, but Ustilo's going to start to form up with Jacob, JKS, and Azza. And it looks like they're just going to head over towards the speed bomb site. That is the right call to make. Although, as I say it, TyLoo is starting to group everyone up here. All 4 players over in B. It is going to be a stacked site. Somebody has the FAMAS. Buntet has a CZ. And as they line on up, it's all going to come down to whether or not they can find these initial entries. 45 seconds. Captain Mo, that's not the start you'd want. There's so many players here to do damage. JKS desperate to not let this round fall back into the hands of TyLoo, and JKS, he's in with 4. It all falls to Buntet. He's over on short. Bomb's going to go down. Jacob finishes him, and that will be Renegades in with their 8th round. And normally, don't get too excited when it's eco frags found like that, but JKS. Actually, why are you doing hands, Tom?
Well, because now somebody can't buy.
That doesn't matter. The thing that's
What
interesting.
do you mean it doesn't matter?
The thing that's interesting here.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. I think he's talented enough with a UMP.
We did see him play a whole map with pretty much the MP9, but
The thing that's scaring me right now is that somebody yesterday was a bit of a driving force for TyLoo. And he's currently silent. Then you have Jacob.
22 and 5.
Yeah. And JKS actually.
He's slowed down a little bit. Yeah, we've seen some rounds come in, Azza and JKS. So they may be ruining the chance of him getting that record. I think, was it 29 kills? So he needs another 7 in 3 rounds. It's possible.
It is possible.
Well, 8 to beat it.
Let's see, Tom. Can he beat the record? He's going to need his teammates to stop hitting their shots.
Stop killing people, please, guys. I'm sure that's how Jacob talks, by the way. I'm not going to try and do an impression because it would just be insulting.
It very much would be, Tom.
Either way, Xcurate, he's homed in, watching towards that ramp position. He's got support from DD as well in towards middle, but it's looking like just more of a standard push. And actually, they haven't really thrown any smokes. They're just trying to go and dry, be a little bit sneaky. DD will manage to find that first kill. Nifty, the only man from Palace. Captain Mo has caught the man in middle, so now it's just a straight-up push onto the site, leaving Jacob and JKS, the 2 Js of the team, to try and save this. Now, they are the 2 top fraggers in the server. Mainly one of them well, being Jacob, of course. The bomb dropped in a pretty horrific place, so to retrieve it is not going to be easy. JKS does manage one back. Actually, a second as well for JKS. Now he's going ham. 3 kills and leaves it into the 1 versus 2. And it's Jacob. Top of the board. Can he do it once again? He's up against somebody and Buntet. Time is ticking away, and while somebody with that UMP will be able to close it. JKS really come alive in the last few rounds, starting to maybe even catch up to Jacob, but it's a round, more importantly, for TyLoo. And the question is, are they about to be reset once again?
It is an unbelievable performance we're seeing right now, though, from Jacob and JKS. That round there almost saved. Luckily enough, TyLoo, they're able to hold on to it. Excrit's back on the AWP, a buy for either side, and he's going to go aggressive up towards... Ooh, he misses the jump, and now he's been Molotov'd out. He has to go running through that. And he gets tagged very low. He still is rushed down short, and that is a disaster, a movement-based disaster down in mid. There's now Buntet and somebody. The pressure is on inside this B-bomb site. Flash going to rain in. Somebody takes the peek on the back of it, but Jacob finds him. Blink of an eye, it's just DD and Captain Mo left in this 2 versus 4. Captain Mo's already committed to the save. He's gone ahead and got the AWP. DD holding in case anyone does come a knocking, and he will now start to rotate away. Going to be a night throughout for Renegades. I think we've hit the point where...
Dream is dead.
Yeah, Jacob can't do it. R.I.P. But he still looked unreal.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt. Him not breaking the record of kills in a half does not mean he's like, that's not good enough, Jacob. We're going to replace you. No, obviously not the case, but I also don't have that power. But, yeah, DD and Captain Mo actually picking up a couple. It shouldn't have any real effect over on the T economy as long as they don't lose that AWP, which they won't. And CT side, well, it's not going to be the best buy, but at least they'll have a little bit. They could drop a FAMAS or 2 or a UMP, and yeah, they'll just be able to have that AWP back onto Excure as well. A little bit unlucky, or, well, he failed the jump, and that was the big thing that lost him that early presence in the round. And he has slowed down. We had those first couple of rounds where he was absolutely incredible, and now, well, the mantle has more fallen onto someone like Buntet, who in this round is actually only going to have a pistol. Not ideal. I say only. He 1v4'd with this weapon earlier in the map. Maybe we can hope for some heroics again, but already we see the tag come in onto somebody down to just 17 HP. Make that 12 as he gets hit again as he looks to try and fade away. A couple of players still going to be around that window spot, and some aggression coming in as well from Captain Mo over towards ramp, but it's Azza. Catches the man in the underpass. Finds the opener for his team. Now, well, this aggression from Captain Mo is going to have to make quite a difference in this round, especially considering connector controller's already fallen. T-side have a lot of presence around the map. And it's looking like Renegades may be about to get their 10th round.
Captain Mo and Excure, they're the 2 players that could make a difference over here on A. Excure goes back for the peek into mid, and he loses his life as a result. Captain Mo over here on ramp, he could be the man who shuts this down. It looks like they might be assuming it's clear. Nifty does go back to check. Buntet,
how does he do this?
Buntet's made it possible. Stay away from that man with the CZ. And now Captain Mo finally emerges from ramp. He slides the knife in the back. He's going to get tagged down low. JKS finished off by somebody. And that's the round for TyLoo. You can't go near Buntet when he's got a CZ, Tom.
I wonder if like this team just DMs with pistols just like all day. Because Captain Mo is ridiculous with the Deagle. Somebody, okay, maybe not so much today, but has been absolutely ridiculous with the CZ. And now Buntet's starting to step up with it. That's another double kill that, again, I don't know how he does it. He gets a 1v4 earlier, and it just doesn't make any sense. They steal a round away that they never should have got. The big problem for TyLoo is just they didn't manage to string any rounds together throughout this whole half. The maximum they got in a row was 2. They just kept bouncing back with these weird 4-spies and these pistols. But Renegades have definitely looked like the stronger team. And this pistol round over on the T side is going to be important for TyLoo. They used to have a very good T side on this map. Then again, different players, or at least a couple, and a different sort of well, team in general. I feel like what we've seen on their CT sides has actually been more prominent in the games we've watched. Like on Inferno, their CT side was very, very good, very well practiced. Rotations were great. This map looked a lot more puggy and a lot more sort of aggressive, but now we get to see, can they turn things around on the T side? And can they stop the likes of Jacob and JKS? That's the biggest problem.
Is going to be holding mid. They just go walking out. It's actually Nifty. Woohoo, Nifty! 3 nice frags. We get to see it from Az's perspective. He just watches his teammate cut them down, and now it's Excure at 1 versus 4, and the ace would be required. Actually, 1 versus 5 when he found you still out. Nifty's going to go pushing in. JKS emerges from the shop. Excure goes down, and that is going to be Renegades winning out the pistol here. 10-6. Nifty's feeling good about that. And I think this is where Nifty's most deadly, right? When the rest of the team are doing well and he doesn't feel like he is to be the one to make all these insane plays, you can really tell the difference in his ability to IGL, I think.
And when you can see him as well.
Yeah, that's true. I've only just noticed they fixed the blur.
Oh, hello again.
He was blurry face. He didn't care what we thought. But now he's putting up numbers, and the calls have been on point.
Not just skins, but future. Always remember that, Harry. Always remember. Either way, T-side do get the bomb down. Now, considering the position of Excure in that round, to get a bomb plant is actually quite impressive. They've invested a little bit into some pistols, and, well, the most expensive one has already gone down. One of those Deagles on Buntet. It will be the aggression of Nifty to start things off. Now, at least they'll get the early buy. The position from the CT side here is keep as many players alive as possible. And they do have 3 SMGs, which will be a little bit of a detriment going into the round. Bombs already going to be dropped in mid from Jacob. Somebody has managed to get all the way around the back lines. Not sure how he's managed that. The question is, can he do some damage? Can he make some money? Oh,
that could have been something. We could have maybe seen another bomb plant come through, but no, Excure 1v5. Not looking likely. Az is over on short. Going to get rid of him along with Jacob. Renegades, they managed to convert that round. Now the buy comes in, though, for TyLoo.
Pause actually called out by Renegades. I wonder if this is a technical nature. It doesn't look like they're too vocal at this point, so maybe it is more of a technical problem. Captain Mo actually, interestingly, bought a Deagle in the last round. Oh no, it was attack. Never mind. I guess he has something planned for this round. They do still have a few SMGs. I think Captain Mo's going to have to go for one himself just because he doesn't actually have the money to buy up an AK-47, unless he's going to drop the head armor, in which case, yeah, that's actually what he's going to do, so never mind. The utility is going to be bare bones in this round, however, from TyLoo. They have 1 smoke, a few flashbangs, decoys don't count, so let's just ignore those. Unless, of course, you're doing a sort of Sean Gares level fake using decoys, which I don't think they're going to be doing. So the one big advantage that's had here from the CT side is that utility. Nifty actually looking to try and go fairly aggressive once again. Lots of T's around this ramp spot. One waiting in middle just to try and stop any early aggression. As I said, there are no smokes now for the T side. They have 2 flashbangs. Captain Mo, however, does manage to get the opener. Jacob is there to trade in the sandwich. Has a little bit of support. And actually, there's going to be 3 players on this A site as the push looks to come in.
Jacob's just going to keep going forward. He is in with a second before he gets shut down. They've gained a decent bit of ground. They're going to keep pushing in. Excure flanking in late through connector. Asa spots him. Asa finds him. Now it is just Didi and Buntet left, but Buntet's been a force to be reckoned with. Didi's going to take the fight. Now he's going to leave it 1 versus 3. JKS, no problem for him finishing off at Buntet. Renegade's going to be in with the 12th round. And I mean, this is where things get scary. The money's down low for TyLoo. You imagine they're just going to go for the eco here. That's a 13th for Renegades. Really starting to pull ahead early on. And then on Renegades' team, you know, you have everyone kind of stepping up right now, especially Jacob, top of the board. But JKS has had a really good performance. Nifty, he's looking good. For TyLoo, it's been Buntet. Early on, it was Excurate. Captain Mo's been showing some signs of life, but somebody right now is... Well, he's not even in the server, which is pretty scary when you think about how much of an impact he had yesterday.
Yeah, definitely been a big problem for them so far. Push will come in from DD. He does manage to net the first kill, but it's a very, very quick trade from Nifty, not allowing anything more to come of that. You still owe, well, somebody had absolutely no chance of anybody or expecting anybody to be there. Bomb will be going rotating back towards the apartments, and Buntet, if he's hit by even a single bullet here, will be going down and the bomb will be dropped. Captain Mo still waiting at the top of mid with the Deagle. Has been known to have Deagle skills, but Nifty will be there to shut him down. Ustilo does the same. 4 players alive for Renegades. Money is booming. But now we finally get ourselves a buy from TyLoo. Another tactical pause from Renegades. They're making sure that they have something set. I'm liking this. They're in the lead, but they're still taking things very seriously. They know that TyLoo can come back into games. They know that they can step up, so they're just going to slow everything down.
Yeah, I do. As you said, I do like this, Tom. Making sure everyone's on the same page as they head into this round.
Well, especially when you've got a new player. I think that's a nice little thing to do. Just like, even if that's not the reason you're doing it, but if you've got someone brand new, you could just be saying, okay, well, yeah, make sure we do this, da-da-da. Just use them to your advantage. I've only got 1 left, so if everything goes catastrophically wrong now, it might be a bit of a problem. But, yeah, I like it. They're in the lead. Just use them. Make sure that you're ready and set for your CT round. This is the big buy. This is the integral round. If they win this one, the game is pretty much theirs. Excura actually not going to go for Kevlar. Instead, he'll purchase up some utility. In the early portions of the round, the T's are being fairly passive. Only somebody going for a bit of aggression over towards the apartments. Push into middle. Will be coming in. The smoke on the window, at least, I think has missed. So it leaves an opening. But actually, there's nobody there from the CT side. They're instead in connector and now moving over towards that ladder room. That means, though, is there's only going to be 2 smokes left now for the T side as they have to try and utilize them. Smoke off that window. It's only not really a small amount in terms of that. We're going to have Molotov thrown in as well, just trying to hold back all of these players. Eventually, Renegades will just duck out, use a little bit of utility of their own. That will mean that connector control now goes the way of the T's.
If he's holding over here towards B, going to win it out versus somebody. That's not going to force these players to connector out into the open. And Jacob and Ustilo, they have the crossfire set up. Buntet's on ramp. He is able to find JKS, and Execute gets rid of Ustilo. That nade is going to be eaten. And now Execute at 16 HP, no armor. Just relying and hoping maybe he can find 1 kill into one of these Renegades players, then he goes for this. But without that, the save call is going to have to come in. With only 20 seconds left, no one presenting themselves. It is going to be the save for TyLoo. A 14th
Look at the
round.
flank. He's going to die. He's going to die. Azza is right behind him. Oh, he actually does hold the angle. That was a little bit too close for comfort. I thought he was going to lose that AWP right at the end. That would have been very painful. They've got max loss bonus, so they may buy. The only thing is, it would be like AKs without head armor again. The problem I'm having is that even with all the utility we're seeing brought up by TyLoo, a lot of it's not being used. It's like, or it is being used and it's missing the mark. So it's not been great, I'll be honest. We haven't seen any sort of real smoke setups towards either of the sites. Obviously, losing the pistol meant that they didn't have a lot around to play with, so we might not have seen all of the sort of strategy that we would have wanted to see. But in the last round, all it really was a challenge into middle. And then after that, they just got picked apart by the CT side. And it's sort of been the story of the game so far. Jacob, very close to hitting his 30 bomb now. 29 and 10. Impressive showing once again. It was something I mentioned at the beginning, like, but we didn't know if that was going to be a sort of consistent Jacob thing. Like, we saw him have that like big performance yesterday, absolutely tearing it apart. The best performance we've seen from him in a long, long time. And he's now doing it again. If that's something he can continue to do against maybe some of the top teams, then this team could become scary once again.
Look at this, aggression from Nifty. The rest of the guys going to go aggressive over here at ramp. It's all going to come down to the timing, and Jacob and JKS, they're both going to go down. Nifty, He's in a fantastic position to wreak some havoc. He spots them. Down goes DD, but Excurate's there to trade. Just TyLoo and Azza left. And maybe if they can find Mo, we see them go for this. Flash goes in. Azza's been able to get 1 and a second. Okay. Now they've pulled it back, and TyLoo going to start sweating. This is a situation that never should have been. Azza going to keep going in with a third. Somebody goes for the trade, and Azza gets him. A 4K from Azza and a round that should have not existed for Renegades. The boys are back in town in that round, 15-6 as they reach map point. My voice is cracking. TyLoo are choking. Everyone is having problems.
You enjoyed that clutch so much that you hit puberty halfway through.
It's fantastic.
Oh, absolutely ridiculous. And it's now getting to the point where you're wondering who won't step up for Renegades. We've had crazy rounds, of course, from Jacob. JKS had multiple. And now Azza's stepped up in, again, a round that never should have been. Pause going to be called, maybe just to calm them down a little bit. Renegades just going to take their time hitting map point on their opponent's pick. They don't want to let anybody back into this game. We know that they have lost a lot of rounds in a row, but granted, that was not on the CT side. The CT side was where they actually rose to prominence yesterday. I don't see this coming back. TyLoo have got to show some unreal balls, really, to be able to turn this around. Like, I would be shocked. Either way, we are back into... Yes, we do have the T side with a decent buy, at least. They got the bomb down, they got max loss bonus. They shouldn't be in this situation, but at least that's a silver lining. Gonna challenge into middle once again. Azza is just gonna be waiting, looking to continue on from the previous round. Sprays wildly and does some damage. Nifty now going to be over towards that short position. That's a lot of players coming his way, and they actually do still have apps control at the moment, which could be a big problem for this T side. Because they really need to get rid of TyLoo, because this position will be absolutely horrific if they push into short, and he's still over in that spot. Actually, somebody just takes his head clean off. Maybe this is the awakening of him. Nifty will now push back in. JKS is here to support. Somebody gets his second kill of the round, and another for DD as well. Can Azza and Jacob do it once again? Show the clutch side of Renegades. Azza pushes in, not this time. And he'll be left all onto Jacob. 1v3.
Somebody's going to be holding, and he finds it. 3 kills for him in that round. Bit of an awakening, as you say.
He's had 4 in the whole match, and he'd get 3 in 1 round. So, yeah, it's a bit of a big difference from him.
One issue I'm having right now with this TyLoo T side is it seems like they start to take some risks unnecessarily when they find that man advantage. I mean, you notice that Buntet was on that flank waiting for players to rotate round, trying to go for the late lurk, which, you know, is fine. But then he goes crossing into kitchen, and I mean, if the timing was a second out, Jacob would have been able to find him, then it's a 1v2, and suddenly that round is possible. Now over in mid. Oh, it's not what you want to see. Oh, it's a shooting gallery for Nifty. Going to miss the second shot. Does he go back for more? He does, and DD will punish him for it. Jacob just holding over the top of this smoke in the corner. Buntet gonna go peeking in. Jacob, how on earth does he get out of this situation? Flash down into connector. He's gonna keep fighting. I don't know if TyLoo are gonna expect this. Buntet certainly doesn't. Now Captain Mo is able to trade, but this is why Azza's here to try and get the return, which he will. Somebody and DD. They're the 2 players that have to try and keep TyLoo in this map, and they're gonna be slowly but surely pushing their way over here towards A.
Yeah, JKS going to be the only one anywhere near the action. Bomb should be allowed to cross onto the side. The rotation will already begin to come in from Azza. And by the looks of things, they are just going to play this as a retake. They've still got 2 incendiaries. Other than that, there's not a whole lot of utility. Bomb will be going down, and now we get to see whether or not that was just a one-off round for somebody, or if this is the awakening of TyLoo. Both of them playing towards that CT spot. There's 2 players coming in their direction. This is going to be the be-all and end-all, and the pop flash could be perfectly timed, but actually it blinds everyone. Never mind, Azza and TyLoo will take the remaining kills, and Renegades are going to dominate Mirage. 16-7. A lot of close rounds, a lot of clutch plays. But ultimately, it's the scoreline that matters. Map 1 goes to Renegades.
Yeah, and the boys, they're looking happy with that. 16-7. TyLoo's map pick out of the way. Then we head through to Cobblestone next. Then if Renegades can keep this form up, bearing in mind how good they've looked on this map.
Well, Jacob especially was incredible on this map yesterday.
And
so
the thing that then scares me most is even historically, these maps are very common between these two teams in best of threes. And usually Renegades, they're able to win Cobblestone. That's like the one map they're guaranteed to get. So for TyLoo, it's going to be tricky heading in to this second map. Especially, I mean, with Jacob performing, I mean, this first half is just going to be like the Jacob highlight reel, ladies and gentlemen.
I think there was maybe 1 or 2 from JKS. I think that'll be about it. Obviously, this is more of an eco round, so this doesn't count. But, yeah, no, an all-round great performance coming out from Renegades. And the scariest thing is there were a lot of rounds that, realistically, when you look at them, well, not both teams should have taken. Like, even when you look at the rounds early on, that should never have happened. There shouldn't have been a round going the way there. I think it happens a round or 2 later with, like, the pistols. You got Buntet doing work as well. So you remove those rounds, it's even more dominant. But at the same time, again, I think if there's another interview with Buntet at any point, he's going to be saying, yeah, there's rounds that we just shouldn't have thrown away. That towards the end, you see that sort of retake from Azza. Obviously, incredible props have to go to Azza for being able to win that fight. But at the same time, how did TyLoo lose that? Like, how did they lose a 4 versus 2 on the side with the bomb down? It just shouldn't happen. So definitely things that need to be fixed. And there were definitely things there that could have given them a way back into this game. But every single time, somebody on that Renegade side just seemed to step up. And, well, speaking of somebody, he just wasn't really there on the map.
I mean, he was so key to their success the other day.
I wonder who's going to be at the top.
We actually have Didi there. Like, I imagine Buntet only just missing the grade, obviously. I don't think that for... I know it's weird. Like, of course, you're just going to see all of the Renegades guys. They did very well. And then, of course, we get down to... I'm not really going to use worst players. I don't agree with that. But, I mean... Somebody really wasn't in this. That's the biggest issue for them. Yesterday, he was key. And even towards the end, X-Grit, he might have stacked up quite nicely in the beginning, but there was no doubt he started to fall off. And I think a lot of that comes with having, your AWP on the IGL role. In the beginning, if things are going fine, there's less stress on the IGL, right? You feel like you can rely on your teammates more. And suddenly the pressure starts to then fall on X-Grit. It feels like he has to start making plays alongside the rest of the guys. You can't really rely on somebody in that situation just because... wherever you seem to be putting him, it is the weak point, right? So how do you play around that?
Well, the other thing as well is if you look at the CT side, they never really got going at any point. I think they actually won probably more force buys than they did actual buys, which is always a scary prospect. Also, that's the second time now they've been absolutely bodied on Mirage. Obviously, one of them was from FaZe. So it's a little bit, you can give them a little bit more slack there, but at the same time, maybe it's not as strong a map for them as they think. Either way, we get to see if Cobblestone is going to be the turnaround for TyLoo or if Renegades will be sending them home. We'll be back after the break.
LootBet, online esports betting. Dota, CSGO, Overwatch, Hearthstone, and many more. Bet on tournament matches or in-game events while viewing them live. Deposit using money, bitcoins, or even skins. Join LootBet now. Use the code you see here when you deposit and grab your bonus.
Don't know how to build a team from scratch or find good teammates? DreamTeam.gg, the ultimate team building platform. Find and connect with new players, coaches and teams. Manage and monetize your team. Get on fast track to advance from novice to amateur and, if desired, to professional gamer. Join dreamteam.gg today.
Again, Guardian can make it happen this time. It's the quick scope! This is unreal! Anything is possible. Anything is possible!
You still always a monster, Tom!